everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I'm an artist. Today I am finally doing some sketches in my sketchbook. This is of zebras. So I've been meaning to do some zoo sketches for almost a year now. I went to the zoo, Utah's Hogle Zoo, with my sister, her husband, and my best friend last June for my sister's birthday. And I took a bunch of pictures, and I've wanted to do sketches from those pictures since I took them, and I just haven't done it. So I was kind of struggling to figure out what I was going to do this week because I'm still having some issues with my health, and I'm struggling really hard to focus and all kinds of stuff. So I kind of thought, well, this would be a really good time to get to those zoo sketches because it's something that I don't have to spend too much time on, but will also feel like I've accomplished something and I can learn while I do it, which is kind of one of my main goals all the time when I'm creating art. So anyways, all 4 of these sketches are of Hartmann's mountain zebras, which is the species of zebra that is at my zoo. They have a dewlap under their chin. That puzzled me a lot when I first saw it. I was really concerned. I wondered what it was, and then I learned that it's, I guess, similar to a camel's hump. I would have to double check that. But anyway, I did 3 of these drawings from references of photos that I took myself, and then the one that's a close-up of a head, like just a portrait of a zebra. That one I got off Pinterest because I just needed something to fill the space on the page that, still fit my theme. So, yeah, this first sketch was extremely difficult. So there's a really big safari area where there were a couple zebras and giraffes and an ostrich and stuff, and the viewpoint is quite up high, and so I took this photo from above the zebra quite a ways, and I don't think I got the angle completely correct. I will put the photo on the screen if you haven't seen it already. It was a really big challenge to get this to look right, and I'm still not sure I completely did, but I am pretty pleased with the drawing. In fact, I think this is my favorite of the 4. And I might actually try it again another time. I might even draw over it just to kind of get an idea of the angles and such. The whole experience was also interesting because, hang on, I'll get back to that. I sped up and kept all the footage of me drawing the stripes on the zebras because I just think it looks really cool, and I didn't want to cut any of it out. It's it feels like magic to me. Here we have this creature that looks a little bit like a zebra, but then you put the stripes on and it actually looks right. And I don't know, I just thought it was neat. So yeah, here we are, sped up 15 times. Anyways, I've drawn a zebra before, and by zebra I actually mean that I drew a centaur that was a zebra. But that's, I think, yeah, okay, I've drawn a couple zebras. The thing that strikes me though, and that I noticed the first time that I did it, and I noticed it again this time, it's to the untrained eye, they're shaped like a horse. But actually they are quite different. They tend to be squatter, their legs are shorter, their bodies are more compact. I mean, there are specific breeds, of course, that of horse, I should say, and mules and donkeys and all of them, but that are closer to a zebra. But I do find it fascinating to see how similar they can be, but how very, very different they are. And it's the kind of thing that if you're learning to draw equines of any variety, pay attention to the differences because they're actually quite important. A zebra is not exactly like a horse, and a horse is not exactly like a zebra. So yeah. Anyways, I did this sketch page in 2 sessions, so I could spread it out a little and keep my stress levels down. The first session was quite late in the day and it was cloudy and I did it in front of my computer, and then the second one was a couple days later and I did that at my desk. And I think the lighting's a little better here, but honestly, my lighting setup isn't the best and I just do my best, so thanks for bearing with me. Again, the 2 full bodies here are from my own pictures and they're up on the screen again here and there for you to see. If you want to draw these, let me know and I can put them on my Pinterest or something. I don't know. I guess if anyone cares, let me know. These 2 were, I'm sure as you can see, the standing one was through glass actually, and this gentleman was very relaxed. So if you're looking at the photo, I'm sure there's some things there that I didn't draw that you can see. And the lying down one, there was like a cable fence. And so I just had to draw through those. But that's the kind of thing that's very good training, to learn to draw from reference, but to improve upon your reference. I have other zoo sketches I want to do. We were very up close and personal with Nikolai, the tiger, who liked to take naps right by the glass. And the pictures I have are not very good, so I will probably supplement that with more online images as well. I will specifically look for pictures of Nikolai via my zoo's Instagram or elsewhere. I just want to draw Nikolai. He passed away earlier this year or late last year, I think. So yeah, that was bittersweet to hear. I was really glad that I had been able to see him. Absolutely gorgeous tiger. So I am going to do Nikolai drawings at some point. So stay tuned for that if you like tigers. This is the drawing here that I used a different reference. I found a reference of a Hartmann's mountain zebra, and I actually cropped it to be just the head. So I'll throw that up too, but like I said, I did crop it. And I'm not using anything fancy for this. I am using a Tuscan Red Coal Erase pencil, which they're one of my favorite things to draw with. I will never stop being mad at Prismacolor for not selling these individually anymore. So, and I will mention it every single time I have an opportunity to mention it. So, I'm sorry, but I'm also not sorry. And here we are again with me with the sped up footage of the stripes. I just think it's the coolest transformation. Like, this looks kind of off, and then, like magic, it's a zebra. Also, it was very cool to draw the stripes from different angles and to kind of see that despite the fact that each of these zebras was a different zebra, there are similarities in the way the patterns work. Just, yeah, where they merge, where they break, where you have one stripe that breaks off into branches. It's quite uniform where that happens. But obviously none of them are exactly alike, which is very cool. Like this on the shoulder area where you get that branch around the leg. They all did that, and yet they didn't do it exactly the same way. And I didn't copy the stripes I was seeing exactly. That would have taken forever, and I'm not like trying to identify these zebras. But I did pay attention to the way that they looked and kind of tried to capture the essence of them. And I paid attention to how the stripes were situated and where and how they branched. And I tried to keep that accurate, even if it wasn't a direct copy of what I was seeing. This guy looks a little off to me, the portrait one, but you know, what are you gonna do? I decided just to kind of bring the page, like the sketchbook spread together. I would do these kind of like flowy, like lines. I didn't really think about it very hard. I just kind of threw it together. And then I colored it with this yellow gold Ohuhu marker just to kind of bring another pop of color. And that's my zebra sketch page. It's very exciting, but also really good equine practice to do something that isn't a horse and just to kind of notice the differences. Anywho, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being patient with me also during this time of my life where I'm not feeling very good. Love you guys. I will see you in a couple weeks. Please like and subscribe and enjoy these shots of the final product, the final page. Bye.